Dear students, we have done several microprocessor 8085 programming, and we have seen delays, counters, loops, and various conversions: ASCII to binary, binary to ASCII, ASCII to binary to BCD, BCD to binary, 7 segment, etc. All this programming we have done. Now we come to our next unit, that is third unit. In this unit we will study about the communication, IO communication, and the modes of data transfer by 8085 microprocessor. As we know that 8085 microprocessor is a parallel device, and it transfers 8 bits on the data simultaneously over the 8 data lines. So this is the parallel IO mode. This already we have discussed. Whatever data is transferred on the data lines is the parallel data. Now in some situations, some serial devices are interfaced with the microprocessor, and in this the parallel IO mode with the device cannot be possible. So for such device, for example, like if we interface a CRT terminal, or we interface a modem, or a telephone line is connected, so in these situations the serial IO mode is used. IO mode means input output mode is used, where one bit at a time is transferred on a single line of communication. So in a serial transmission, an 8-bit parallel word should be converted into stream of 8 serial bits, and this is known as parallel to serial conversion. तो हमको पहले सीरियली डेटा सेंड करने के लिए पैरेलल डेटा को कन्वर्ट करना पड़ता है सीरियल कन्वर्शन के लिए, एंड आफ्टर द कन्वर्शन 1 बिट एट अ टाइम इज़ ट्रांसमिटेड ओवर अ सिंगल लाइन एट अ गिवन रेट. तो सीरियल डेटा ट्रांसमिशन का जो रेट होता है दैट इज़ नोन एज बॉड रेट, दैट इज़ बिट्स पर सेकेंड ट्रांसमिटेड. And on the other hand, in the serial reception, the microprocessor unit receives a stream of 8 bits. जैसे माइक्रोप्रोसेसर को से हम डेटा सीरियल डेटा ट्रांसफ़र कर सकते हैं, वैसे ही माइक्रोप्रोसेसर सीरियल डेटा रिसीव भी कर सकता है. सो इन दैट कंडीशन we should convert the data into 8-bit parallel word. This is known as serial to parallel. The serial data will be converted into the parallel data and called serial to parallel conversion. And in addition to the conversion, information such as the beginning and the end of the transmission and the error check in the data transmitted is required during this serial transmission. And there are various questions about this serial IO mode. So the common questions regarding this: in serial IO, how does the microprocessor unit identifies a peripheral, and what are the conditions of data transfer, or unconditional, or using the status check, or using the interrupt? Now next question arises: what are the codes for the alphanumeric data, or what are the requirements of transmission, that is synchronization, speed, error check, etc. Then what should be the standard for interfacing various types of equipment, because जिसमें डेटा ट्रांसफ़र हो रहा है दोनों इक्विपमेंट्स में compatibility चाहिए. What are the trade-offs between the software and hardware approaches in implementing this serial IO? These are so many questions which concerns with our topic, where especially in serial data communication. So we will discuss all this into this chapter. And now we come to the basic concepts of the serial IO mode, and you can see on the screen that is the basic serial IO mode can be classified into following categories. First one is the interfacing requirement, then alphanumeric codes, then transmission format, error checks in the data communication over telephone lines, the standards in serial IO, or software versus programmable hardware approaches. So these are the IO mode classification and tasks. So interfacing requirement, first task we will see what are the interfacing requirement. So for interfacing requirement, some serial peripheral device is required and microprocessor is required. Transmit and receive lines are required and control signals are required. Like you can see in this diagram, we said that 8085 microprocessor is there, then serial peripheral is there, and between the two devices the communication can be established. One will be the transmission line, second is the receiving line. IOW bar, IOR bar. IOR bar is the control signal which will the device will read the data from microprocessor, and IOW bar the device can write. But these two are the control signals. Write and read will be done through transmit and receive lines, and IOW bar and IOR bar signals are generated by the microprocessor, therefore they are output signal. Receive and transmit are both are the single direction signals. The microprocessor will transmit the data. If IOW bar is active, it means microprocessor will transmit the data. IOR bar means device. IOW bar means microprocessor will receive the data, and transmit means device will read the data. Now there are the interfacing requirement for serial IO peripheral are सेम एज द पेरीफेरल आईओ. पेरीफेरल आईओ में भी हम कंट्रोल सिग्नल्स यूज़ कर रहे थे एंड डेटा वॉज गेटिंग ट्रांसमिटेड ओवर द पैरेलल लाइन्स. हियर द डेटा विल बी कन्वर्टेड from parallel to serial one, and then bit by bit it will be transmitted on a single line, and the microprocessor identifies the peripheral through the port address and enables the device. Then enables the device and using the read or write control signal. And the primary difference between parallel IO and serial IO is the number of lines that is used for the data transfer. Serial में single line will be there. In parallel data transfer, multiple number of lines will be, parallel lines for IO will be there. The MPU, that is our microprocessor, selects the peripheral using chip select signal and uses control signals to read or receive the data and write to the transmit data. The address decoding can be either peripheral IO or memory mapped IO. Memory mapped IO and peripheral IO, these are two different techniques for IO address and memory addresses generation. Now similarly, a serial peripheral can be interfaced under the program control, that is the status check or the interrupt control. IO mapped IO, memory mapped IO, there are two different IO techniques. In memory mapped IO, what happens that the total addresses generated are the same for memory, the space is same for memory हो चाहे IO हो, but a special control signal is required to bifurcate between that this is a memory address or this is an IO address. That is known as memory and memory mapped IO. Another one is the peripheral IO or IO mapped IO. In this, the separate addresses are generated for the memory and separate addresses are generated for IO. So there is no need to no need of control signal to identify that signal is IO address or a memory signal, memory address signal. So these are some basic requirements, and in the next class we will see that how the what we have classified in the 7 points we will discuss one by one for the serial transfer.